Welcome back to another Pokemon Market Monday, home of the OG weekly market updates, where every Monday morning we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going up in price. And we do also cover in big Pokemon news that cards are set to get revealed. And we do have to do the question of the day. If you guys had to get rid of the other two birds, which bird are you keeping? Zapdos, Articuno, or Moltres? And then I do have to announce the winners from last Market Monday for the Phantasmal Flames ETB and Booster Box. So for the ETB, it is at Brand Area 2020. And for the booster box from Instagram, it is at Corey Swenson. So just shoot me an email or hit me up on Instagram. I'll get those boxes sent out to you. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Collectr. This app is the best of the best when it comes to tracking your collection. No other app even compares. I have tried every single one of them. They have a super cool social component where you can, share your collection with your friends and family and make posts. They also do more giveaways than anyone in this entire hobby. And they're always trying to improve too by adding new cards, boxes, and features. Definitely go check out the brand new trade analyzer. You will not be disappointed. Yeah, definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. And then, of course, if you're going to grade through PSA for your first time, you can click my link in the description. Use code BEARD25 and you receive $25 off your very first submission, which is basically a free graded card. And we also have a tag affiliate now. If you use the code BEARD10, you'll get 10% off your very first submission. So definitely check that out. We're going to hop to PokeBeard here. We got a new Gem Pack Volume 5. You guys know I love these Chinese exclusives. What's super cool about this one is it's very similar to Gem Pack 1, but we're getting the middle evolutions of these Gen 9 starters. And we are getting another Captain Pikachu, which I actually like this one a lot more. So I'm very, very excited. As you can see, Gem Pack right here, for Volume 1, and this is Gem Pack Volume 5 now. So that means we might be getting the actual full evolution starters. Maybe in some SIRs. I think that'd be crazy. And as you guys can probably tell, I am not at home. I am actually in Oklahoma vending at the All In Expo. But you guys know I never miss a video. All right, starting off with celebrations. Checking that regular ETB market price $328. Still slowly climbing. Last sold $344, $315, $350, $321. And we got the UPC right at $1,000. Let's see if we got any sales over. Looks like the biggest sale is $990. Most of them are all around that. And Pokemon Center ET market price $491. Last sold $550, $500, $475, $499. And what else do we have for celebrations? Collector chest, market price $155. We got the Sylveon and Charizard box, market price $153. And the Pikachu V Union box, market price $148. And the celebrations mini tin display is $360. Next, we have Evolving Skies. Got to check that booster box. Last sold $2,600, $2,600, $2,613, $2,615. So pretty much all at $2,600. And regular ETBs. Here's the Umbreon one. Last sold for this $532, $540, $550. I was screaming at everybody to buy these at $350. You'd be up almost $200 right now. And we will check a Pokemon Center ETB for fun. This is the Espeon one. Last sold $895, $909, and $899. All right, next we have Crown Zenith. Regular ETB market price $308. Kind of slowing down, but still doing great. Last sold $280, $310, $325. And Booster Bundle market price $175. Sea and Sky Premium Collection market price $275. Finally get a little bit of movement on the Zacian Premium Figure Collection. That was kind of stuck at $200 for a while. Last sold $250. Pretty much all at $250. Just slightly underneath the actual ETB, which is why I was buying the ETBs instead of those, even though you get more packs for the Premium Figure Collection. And the Galarian Moltres tin, market price $112. Next, we have 151. Booster Bundle, market price $192. Last sold all at $192. One low one at $155. And definitely got to check the regular ETB. Looks like it's leveling out a little bit. Last sold $643, $650, $550. Most of them are about $625 to $650. 151 Pulsar Collection, market price $79. Zapdos EX market price $107. The Alakazam market price $108, which is funny because that's the smallest box out of all of them. I mean, the 151 Pulsar Collection is technically smaller, but pack-wise, but Alakazam is a very small box. And the 151 Mini Tin Display, market price $438. Last sold for this one $460, $455, $475, and $500. And we got to check that 151 Pokemon Center ETB. Still doing pretty good. Last sold $1450, $1465, $1430. And the 151 binder collection, market price 187. That thing was stuck at like 150 for like 6 months. Next, we have Prismatic. Still a lot moving for Prismatic. Booster bundle market price 75. The ETB market price $203. Surprise box 53. We got the SPC here. Last sold for this one $399, $389, $395. So $400 UPC or SPC. We get the premium figure collection at $183 market price. And we definitely got to check the Pokemon Center ETB. Last sold $565 with a slight tear. Another one at $560, $415, $599, $585, $600. It's about a $600 Pokemon Center ETB. We got the poster collection, market price $31. The tech sticker collection $30. And the mini tin display finally going up, market price $211. That's still super affordable in my opinion compared to the rest of the market. Next, we have Destined Rivals. Booster bundle up a little bit. Was at like 54, now it's at 60. Still a lot cheaper than a lot of other sets in the Scarlet and Violet era, which is kind of crazy. And we have the Destined Rivals booster box. Just keeps going up and down. Now last sold $575, $565. But it was at $600 about a month ago. Regular ETB market price $210. Pokemon Center ETB market price $453. Build a Battle $46. All right, let's jump into it. We got the Chilling Rain booster box. Bouncing back a little bit. Was at $546. Dropped down to $490. Now that sold $500, $519, $525. And we have Paldea Evolved. Still just slowly climbing. That sold $452, $453, $449. And Twilight doing the same thing. Last sold $337, $336. And we're jumping to some ETBs. We got the regular Ascended Heroes ETB. Was at $163, dropped down to $105. Now that sold $121, $115, $118. Next, we have the Phantasmal Flames regular ETB. This was at $80. Now that sold $105, $95, $97, $93. Next, we have the Black Bolt regular ETB. Last sold for this one $107, $95, $103, $106. And the regular Surging ETB. Last sold for this one $95, $92, $83. And Stellar Crown regular ETB. Last sold $105, $110. So we got 10 of them at $115, which is just crazy in my opinion. Much rather buy any of the other sets we just looked at. Next, we have the regular Lost Origin ETB was at $137. Now that sold $175, $165. And the regular Brilliant Stars, just like I said, was at $100. Now that sold $130, $147, $145. It's going to be at $200 real soon. And we got the Journey Together Pokemon Center ETB was at $139. Now that sold $199, $180, $185. And the Phantasmal Flames Pokemon Center ETB last sold $300, $270, $299. And we have the Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center ETB just going crazy. We got down about $233. Now that sold $379, $370, $380. And the Brilliant Stars Pokemon Center ETB was at $155. Now that sold $225, $219, and $199. And we have the Obsidian Flames Pokemon Center ETB. This is at $499. Now that sold $685, $650, $620. And we have the Paldean Fates Pokemon Center ETB was at $381. Now last sold $699, $695, $598, $650. And we have the Team Rockets Moltres UPC was at $179. Now last sold $279, $275. So we got 6 of them at $280. And the Mega Charizard X UPC, the box that everybody said was going to be printed into oblivion and never go up in price. When we were stocking up on these at, 100 to 120. That sold 185, 188, and 190. And Arceus UPC was at 258. Now last sold 390, 385, 399, and 375. And even the Terapagos UPC was at 162 forever. Now last sold 195, 180, and $200. All right, getting into some cards, we got the Scizor illustration rare was at $8. Now last sold 12, 13, and 14. Next, we have the Team Rockets Meowth. Got down to about $17. Now last sold 19, 28, 24, 25, 21. And the regular Bulbasaur from Mega Evolution. I always thought these things were so undervalued. It was at 13. Now last sold 20, 22, 17, 21. And here's the box topper Bulbasaur. This card is very, very tough to grade in a 10, so keep your eye out. This was at $12. Now that's sold $29, $16, $38, $31, $24. And we have the Team Rocket's Mimikyu bouncing back, was at $37. Got down to $23. And just as I predicted, going up, last sold $30, $29, pretty much all at $30. And we have the Ninetales finally getting some love again. So it's at $20. Now last sold $35, $45, and $32. Next, we have the Poliwhirl. Starting to retrace just $1 or $2. Last sold for this $42, $39, $40. Pretty much every 151 card. Starting to level out a little bit now, which is very normal. Next, we have the Fuecoco illustration from How They Evolved. Was at $25. Now last sold $62, $65, $49, $42, $38. And we have the Drowsy illustration. We're getting some love again. Was at $28. Now last sold $49, $50, $47, and $45. And here is that new Haunter promo. Was at $19. Now last sold $54, $50, $49, $47. Then we have the Haxorus illustration from Black Bolt. Was at about $42. Now last sold $53, $59, $51. Such a cool Pokemon, to be honest. Next, we got the Dragonair from 151. Was at $26. Now last sold $55, $47, $48, and $60. Next, we got the Mousehold illustration from How They Evolved. Was at $47. Now last sold $95, $70, $62, $68. And the Ghastly was at $55 for the longest time. Now last sold $97, $150, $90, $87, $88, $85. That was a high sale. Next, we have the Psyduck from Ascended Heroes. Psyduck is quickly becoming like a top 5 or top 10 favorite Pokemon for like the whole community. It's kind of crazy. This was at $94, was at $61. Now that sold $78, $75, $76, $83. That's down like $1 or $2. And we have the Pikachu from 151 leveling out. Was at $43. Now that sold $110, $105. That's why I added it. It had 2 new crazy sales, but most of them are right around $80. Next, we have the Bulbasaur from Stellar Crown. Was at $60. Now last sold $97, $89, $95. And the Groudon from Paradox Rift was at $70. Now last sold $99, $92, $102. I still think this Groudon should be like a $150 illustration art, in my opinion. Next, we have the Squirtle from Stellar Crown. I don't know why I wouldn't put that with the Bulbasaur. Looks like it's dropping a couple dollars, but still last sold $115, $114, $110, $130. And we have the Seismitoad bouncing back again, got down to $120. Now last sold $145, $159, $150, $182. And the Magikarp, the most expensive illustration rare, last sold $320, $370, $330, and $305. Was at $250 for a while. All right, we got some SIRs. We got the Chi-Yu from How They Evolved. This was a $30 SIR. Now that sold $40, $47, $45, and $53. Next, we have the Dragapult. Bouncing back, got down to $85. Now that sold $110, $96, $99. The 2 illustration rares from Ascended Heroes do actually go with this card. Next, we have the Charizard EX from Obsidian Flames. This is a lightly played chart. This was at $68. Now that sold $100, $110. But this card, no joke, has done this like 15 times. Ever since it released, it'd get up to $100, drop down to like 50, 60, go back up to 100, drop down to 50, 60. And we have the Eevee from Prismatic, the one you actually have to pull. So it's at $115 forever. Now last sold $250, $249, $175, $139, $300, $143. So definitely some weird sales with this card. Next, we have the Venusaur EX from 151, leveling out. Last sold $140, $188, $187. Most of them are at about $140. Next, we have the Glaceon EX from Prismatic Evolutions, was at $190, dropped down to $175. Now last sold $170, $190, $230, $195. And the Cynthia's Garchomp just up a few dollars, got down to $195. Now last sold $210, $213, $258, $220. I really feel like this card has potential too to shoot back up to $300. Next, we have the Charizard EX from Paldean Fates. Just past the Surging Sparks Pikachu, was at $202. Now that sold $265, $275, and $252. Next, we got the Greninja from Twilight Masquerade. Was at $275. Now that sold $325, $310, $344, $315. And the Mega Dragonite from Ascended, just doing work. Last sold, we got a couple new big ones. 750, 740, 739, and then the rest roll at about 650. So those last like 7 sales are all in the 700s now. Next, we have the Bubble Mew EX. Was at 463, and I told everybody to buy during that dip. Last sold 722, 635, 678, 699. Next, we got the big boy, the Mega Charizard X. Was at 429. Now last sold 820, 835, 810, 804. Next, the Umbreon EX from Prismatic was at $906. Now last sold 1,700, 1,300, 1,375, 2,000. What? 1,400 and 1,200. We can get it shipped right now from a good seller at $1,650. Lightly played is going to be about 1,200, and a heavily played for $950. Next, we have the Mega Charizard X promo. Got down to 30. Last sold, we got 38, 39, and 40. Next, we have the Gold Pikachu V from Celebrations. This was $61. Comes out of a $1,000 box. Now last sold 105, 99, 94. Next, we have the Pokemon Center EV Black Star promo. I feel like this thing was pretty undervalued at 60 something dollars. Last sold 99, 80, 75, and 90. Next, we have the regular EV. This was at $8, $9. Last sold now 12, 14. So we got 10 of them at $15. Next, we have the Ends Zekrom Pokemon Center ETB promo. This was at $41. Now last sold 58, 57, 49. And I still feel like that's pretty undervalued, especially for how expensive the set is getting. And we got the Pikachu with Gray Felt hat. This card makes no sense to me. This is at $500. Now last sold $850, $879, $907. I swear, it's just like someone who owns 1,000 of these that just keeps selling them and buying them themselves. It doesn't make any sense. Next, we got some Trainer Gallery cards. Basically, every Trainer Gallery card is up a buck or two. But the Gengar, getting pretty expensive. Last sold 42, 44, 50. And the non-textured cards are so much tougher to grade, so if you can find this thing clean, it's a great pickup. Next, we have the Pikachu V Trainer Gallery. This was at $58. Last sold 90, 86, 80, 85. And the Pikachu V Max going up, of course, was at 73. Now last sold 95, 80, 93, and 104. Next, we get the Mewtwo V-Star from Crown Zenith. Everything from Crown Zenith is going up. We're going to check that here in a second. Was at 160. Now last sold 205, 225, and 200. And here is the promo, the Charizard V-Star that goes with that Mewtwo. This is also going up. Was at 52. Now last sold 69, 70, and 84. And here is the Crown Zenith set. We got the market price for the Giratina at $228. Market price for Arceus at $131. Gold Dialga at $104. Got the Palkia at $95. Leafeon now at $65. We got the Mew, non-textured at $59. Darkrai at $53. Glaceon's at $53. Deoxys is at $51. Suicune is up to $49. Entei, $43. Raikou, $38. And the non-textured Pikachu is at $37. But yeah, no joke, every one of these cards is up a buck or two. And to end off, we're going to be on 130 point checking out the new set Perfect Order. We got the IRs here. We got the Aurorus, $11. Raticate, $8.15. Rowlet, $11. Another Raticate at $8.50. Talonflame, $7. We got the Doublade at $11. Just looking for some different stuff. Clefairy, $45. That is the most expensive illustration in the set. We got the Probopass at $8. Drapion at $10. Not a ton on here, to be honest. Esper at $17. Remember, it is a very small set. Next, we're going to be checking out the SIRs. We got the Mega Starmie at $135. Mega Clefable at $132. Another one at $90. Another one at $150. The Mega Zygarde at $235. Starmie at $117. Rosa's Encouragement at $150. And here is the Meowth at $170. Tons of Mega Clefables. A couple more Mega Starmies. Got one at $80. Another one at $85. So, honestly, all very, very affordable, with the Zygarde being the most expensive, even though I feel like the Meowth should be. And last on the list, we're checking out the Gold Mega Zygarde. Last sold $300, $280. One low one here at $153, another one at $171, $299, $153. So prices are all over the place, so definitely shoot offers, especially when it's a brand new card, or just wait as long as you can. All right, that was this week's Pokemon Market Monday, and I will be vending this Saturday and Sunday at Legendary Card Collectors Con near Chicago, Illinois. So if you guys are in the area, definitely swing by. It's going to be so much fun. And of course, if you guys like this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, check out my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that. You guys know what to do. You guys are the best. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last Sunday video where we talk about going over some fake Pokemon cards, I even show a couple, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.